Welcome to this Instagram course called Instagram Domination. My name is Superman, your superhero on Udemy. This course is about Instagram domination. This course shows you how to monetize your photos. This course shows you how you can direct traffic and customers to your website, your YouTube channel, your sales pages, your product pages, whatever it is that you are looking to direct traffic to. I can show you how to build a massive following, just like I have here with my stevejobs.official account, a fan account that I created for my idol Steve Jobs, an idol for many entrepreneurs and business people. And as you can see here through the photos on my page, I get a substantial amount of comments and likes for my photos. You can see here I post rare photos of Steve Jobs, captioned photos of Steve Jobs, quotes, all sorts. Everything you will learn in this course today, I am going to show you systematically how to build up your Instagram account, how to start it off, how to get a ton of followers early on and be able to consistently grow your account with these techniques, how to get the best photos, how to create the best photos, how to give the best impression to your initial traffic to your Instagram account, how to turn that traffic into sales. Look at this one. This one has 1,400 likes. Now, if we go back up to my Instagram bio, if you go into the link in that bio, look what it takes you to. It will take you to the link for this course. If you want to build a massive Instagram channel, go to this link and this is what it shows you how to do. And I give people a coupon because they have come via my Instagram account. So you can see here how I am using Instagram to get sales for my Instagram course. Ties in perfectly. Now, these exact tips I have also used for a personal account. If we get my son's Instagram channel here, this is an account I built up for him. It has nearly 6,000 followers and these photos are doing great. The likes on these photos are huge. You know, it's in the 300 zone. It does really well. I mean, look at these ones. This one has nearly 900. This one has 1,600 likes, more than I've got on my Steve Jobs account. You just need to find the right post for your audience, and in this course I show you how to do exactly that. Now, when I started my son's Instagram account, he only had 102 subscribers. With his Instagram account, I have managed to grow it to 588 subscribers. So this shows you the amazing power of Instagram. Instagram is undeniably the hottest social network at the moment for every demographic. You've got Snapchat, that is the #1 social network for youngsters, but Instagram is the most emerging social network and the hottest one at the moment with 400 million users at this present time. So, I am going to show you how to dominate Instagram, so be prepared to take lots of notes. We've got 4 modules to go through. So, I will see you in the first lecture. Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be providing you with a secret on how to choose a username that ranks on Instagram. Now, this is a really important and valuable little hack because it allows you to choose a username that will rank high under certain key search terms and bring you a lot more followers without you having to do any work. You can literally gain followers while you sleep. Okay, and this is something that actually is quite pivotal as to why I grew so fast and so quickly. Okay, so to give you an example of a username that ranks really high, I'm going to go to another Instagram account that I control, which is a Lewis Hamilton account, and I'm going to look for Steve Jobs. Okay, now lots of entrepreneurs and visionaries and people who own small businesses really like Steve Jobs and really utilize him as a bit of a cult figure to help them kind of be inspired. And so I really wanted to give people a really good page on Steve Jobs. So when you look at, Steve Jobs film, Steve Jobs pics, if you're actually looking for an official source, you're going to go to mine. So there we are. So you click into mine and there we are. That's how you get a lot of followers quite easily without even having to work. And let me show you how this has really worked for me. If I go into this tag section, which is the fourth icon along, you can see that people have tagged me in a lot of photos. And this just gives you an indication of how my page is kind of seen as the official Steve Jobs page. People do tag me in, and this is how I have got a lot of followers. So that is a really good hack for you guys, and one that I would really recommend you get savvy about, because these little hacks are what people don't know about, okay? And they can allow you to grow your account rapidly and without a lot of effort, okay? So the action from this is to implement this hack. Have a look at what makes sense for you. If you're doing a fan page, this is brilliant. But otherwise, you can use this hack in the name section in order to be able to get ranked high under what you want to be searched under. So I'm going to leave you with that to think about, and join me in the next lecture. Right guys, well done on creating your Instagram account. Now we can do the juicy stuff. So, I want you to have a think about what you're passionate about in life. Are you passionate about sharing your own personal experiences and events? Are you passionate about your own business or a business you work for? Or are you passionate about your idol, a hero, or a particular product like, let's say, Minecraft, that you really want to post about? Have a think about that, because in the next chapter I'm going to be talking about different types of accounts, and it's really important that over a very long sustained period, we're talking about 3 months at the minimum, and we're talking about life afterwards. So, you need to be able to post stuff consistently, and you need to be really interested in what you're posting about. So it's really important that you identify off the bat, what are you passionate about in life? And from that, you'll be able to create an account that you will be truly motivated to keep on top of. And that's the key thing. So in the next chapter, we're going to be going on about types of accounts. So at the end of that, I'd like you to definitely decide what it is you want to set up your account about. I'll see you in the next chapter. Okay guys, in this lecture I'm going to be talking about powerful ways that I and other people use Instagram, so that you can be inspired to decide what theme you want to go with when you choose how you're going to use it. Now, let's start with my page. It's called stevejobs.official. Now, this, as you can see, is a fan account. You can see straight away what it's about. It's about Steve Jobs. It includes rare pictures, insights and quotes, and really gives inspiration. Now, there is a huge niche on Instagram, which is about business, entrepreneurship, and celebrity. And Steve Jobs really encapsulates all of these. So the reason why I called it stevejobs.official is really to piggyback onto the cult status of Steve Jobs. So when people tag Steve Jobs into a quote, one of his quotes, they will tag me because I give the impression of being an official page. So I'm piggybacking, well, it's hacking really. It's basically being able to grow very quickly by giving the impression of an official fan page. So you can see that the content posted on my page is very consistent. It's got a lot of pictures of Steve Jobs. It's got a lot of quotes by Steve Jobs. For instance, let's invent tomorrow instead of worrying about yesterday. And these really build a lot of engagement, because a lot of people share sentiments like this. However, I'm going to build more onto this later. So let me give you some more examples.
Let's go to Kylie Jenner. Now this is Kylie Jenner's official page, and she has got a humongous following, 57.2 million. So she's an absolute ideal target for fan pages, because people, the amount of followers and fans that she has means that if you create a fan page related to her, you're more likely to get higher success than any others. So here's another, KylieJenner.official. This is a fan page, and it's got 169,000 followers. And you can see that it's very, very consistent. This is the reason why it's done so well. It's because of its consistency. So this is a fan page, and they go really, really fast. Mainly because followers don't expect to be sold something. When followers go to a business page, they will probably expect to be sold something, told to go to a link, join a website or something, and they don't really want that a lot of the time. Well, it depends on who they are and what they're looking for, but that's why fan pages grow really, really fast and monetize really well for paid shout outs. You can share other people's stuff and be paid for it, so that's why these are very, very successful. But they do have a completely different type of focus. Let's look at a business account now. So Crumbs and Doilies is a fantastic one. This is a business that sells cakes. They are based in London, and I would never have known them if I hadn't seen them on Instagram. And having gone to their shop and seen what kinds of cakes they produce, you can just tell that what they produce is delicious. You can see it because of their Instagram page. There's a lot of colour. You can almost taste the flavours. I mean, let's look at this one. I mean, this is a really lovely, well-crafted picture, and it's had a lot of engagement. It's had 3,928 likes, and it was only posted yesterday. So that's a good example of doing a business account very well. Now let's show you a personal account. Richard Branson. Everybody knows Richard Branson, and he's got nearly 1 million followers, and it's a very personal account to him. I mean, there's stuff about business and entrepreneurship, of course, but it's mainly him, pictures of him, quotes by him. So this is an example of a personal account done extremely well. I think the main thing to take away here, and this is what you need to write down, you need to come up with a consistent theme. Once you've decided on what that theme is, you need to work out what your audience are looking to get from your page. What do they want out of it? Why should they follow you? And a good way to do this is to look at your competitors. So when I started, and I looked at other Steve Jobs pages, so let's look for one now. So this is one, Stephen Paul Jobs. It's got 19.3k followers. I looked at what they posted, how they posted it, how often they posted it, and I really took inspiration from how they grew their account and wanted to replicate a lot of the things that were successful and then add my own thing, which was quotes. You see no quotes here, just pictures. And so by adding quotes, I added an extra dimension to my page so that people would follow me over this page. So a medium to long-term strategy that you could do with fan pages is to create a few of them. There's a lot of content available over the internet. On Facebook pages, on Google pages, Google Images, you can find all sorts of pictures that you can then impose a quote on top of so that you make it different and you give certain niches something different if there is already a page after them already. So Justin Bieber, this is a fan page for Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber himself has 64.5 million followers, which is more than Kylie Jenner. So again, any fan page named after him will do really well. So Bieber Sassy, for instance, has 69.5k. Bieber Mania has 403k. So you can see that you get high growth from growing fan accounts. And what you're able to do is you're able to grow them and push your followers to one key place. Now, if you don't get very specific and clear on your Instagram, you will confuse your audience and it will be difficult to increase your following in a very viral way. So having a consistent theme is vitally important, guys. I cannot stress that enough.
Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be providing you with a secret on how to choose a username that ranks on Instagram. Now this is a really important and valuable little hack because it allows you to choose a username that will rank high under certain key search terms and bring you a lot more followers without you having to do any work. You can literally gain followers while you sleep. Okay, and this is something that actually is quite pivotal as to why I grew so fast and so quickly. Okay, so to give you an example of a username that ranks really high, I'm going to go to another Instagram account that I control, which is a Lewis Hamilton account, and I'm going to look for Steve Jobs. Okay, now lots of entrepreneurs and visionaries and people who own small businesses really like Steve Jobs and really utilize him as a bit of a cult figure to help them kind of be inspired. And so I really wanted to give people a really good page on Steve Jobs. So when you look at, Steve Jobs film, Steve Jobs pics, if you're actually looking for an official source, you're going to go to mine. So there we are. So you click into mine and there we are. That's how you get a lot of followers quite easily without even having to work. And let me show you how this has really worked for me. If I go into this tag section, which is the fourth icon along, you can see that people have tagged me in a lot of photos. And this just gives you an indication of how my page is kind of seen as the official Steve Jobs page. People do tag me in, and this is how I have got a lot of followers. So that is a really good hack for you guys, and one that I would really recommend you get savvy about, because these little hacks are what people don't know about, okay? And they can allow you to grow your account rapidly and without a lot of effort, okay? So the action from this is to implement this hack. Have a look at what makes sense for you. If you're doing a fan page, this is brilliant. But otherwise, you can use this hack in the name section in order to be able to get ranked high under what you want to be searched under. So I'm going to leave you with that to think about, and join me in the next lecture. Hi guys, in this video I'm going to go through what it takes to create a captivating bio on Instagram. A captivating bio is of extreme importance, and I'll tell you why. Because people will see if you're worth following via what you're going to provide. And you say what you provide via your bio. The second reason is because you have a clickable link in your bio, and this is a very valuable piece of property on your account. If you don't fully utilize this, then you won't be driving more traffic to your website or to your sales pages or opt-ins for your mailing list. So this is really the only clickable link on your Instagram. Now, I have used this on many of the accounts that I manage. I have, through my bio link, been able to grow YouTube channels, been able to grow my app usership and all sorts, and it's really important that you use your bio correctly. Now, you're only allowed a 150 character limit, so I'm going to show you some bios where people are fully utilizing this method. So the first one I'm going to go to is one called Think Different. Now this is in part related to the Steve Jobs culture that I've tried to connect with. And it's really good because in this bio he's saying life is too short to think like everyone else, think different.
Now, that is really appealing to those who don't want to think the usual way. People who want to think outside the box and think about things in a better way, I suppose. So, his page is full of really, really useful stuff, but this is the really intelligent thing. The intelligent thing is that he is trying to direct you to his Twitter account. Now, he's got a lot of followers here, so that's a lot of potential followers to his Twitter account. So if we go to this Twitter account, we can actually see just how big it is. A lot of these have probably been generated via Instagram. But another really intelligent thing that this guy has done is that by going to his Twitter via his Instagram, you're now presented with a Facebook page. So he's trying to really increase his social media exposure via links. And you can see here he's got 15,000 people liking his Facebook content. So this is a really intelligent use of bio links. I'm going to show you another one. Let me just get off Twitter here. This is a really good one. Think, Grow, Prosper. Now, there are two excellent things about Think, Grow, Prosper. Number one is the way he has presented his bio. He's used bullet points to make things very, very succinct. And not only that, but he's also implemented benefits. So, inspiring insights, empowering perspectives, resources to enrich your life. You know that when you go to this page, you're going to be in some way inspired to work. And as an entrepreneur, this is really, really powerful stuff. And again, he has got a link to a mini course. So by this, he's building a mailing list, he's building a customer base, and all sorts. And it's really intelligent use of the link. And now let's go to mine. So the Steve Jobs official page. Through this page, you get rare pictures of Steve Jobs, insights and quotes, and inspiration for fans and founders. So this is really, really important. This is bio writing 101. You need to be inserting benefits. What are people going to get from following your page? And then when people press on the link, they are going to be taken to a place where you want them to go to. So in my case, mine is taking them to an app I created. Now, can you see that I've used emojis just to give a bit of colour and personality to the bio? And it's a really, really good way of making these bullet pointed points and succinct reasons why people should follow. So you can't actually do this via Instagram itself because it doesn't give you the option to go to another line. You have to write continuous prose. So the way to do this is to go into your Notes app and create this bio link. And once you've done that, you then copy it, then go to your Instagram account, edit profile, and then paste it in, as you can see there. Done. So it's a really good idea also to keep changing your bio and seeing how it reflects how many people follow you via it. You don't have to use emojis, you don't have to use bullet points, but it's a really, really good way of just bullet pointing what people are going to get from you and what content you're providing to your users. So, used correctly, the bio can really, really increase your customer base, and it can drive traffic to your websites, and it can build customers on your mailing list. So this is how you create an epic bio. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next chapter.
Hi guys, welcome to Module 2 of the Instagram Domination method. This module is about content and posting strategies. So in this module, we'll be going through with you everything you need to know about creating compelling content. You will learn how to create content that people will want to like, comment on, and share, and ultimately follow you. It's so easy to create the content that looks really professional and fantastic, but a lot of people don't know how to do it effectively and know the techniques to make it look like it's been done by a graphic designer. And I'm going to show you just how to do it. Now remember guys, please take actionable steps in each of the videos. Don't just listen and move on, because you will miss out on the truly magical potential that each video can bring you and your account. So without further ado, let's dive into the next lecture. Hi guys, this is a really good one. In this video I'm going to show you how to come up with a posting strategy, and this is one of the most important lessons you will learn on this course. Now, I wouldn't have grown the Steve Jobs account to nearly 27,000 followers as of the 1st of April if I was not consistent. Now, I've been consistent every day since I started the Steve Jobs account. I've not missed one date of posting. And this level of consistency every day really builds up a momentum that has a snowball effect. So for Steve Jobs, I post about 5 to 10 times a day, sometimes more. It depends on the content that I have available. However, I don't want you to start too fast and then just fizzle out. So I recommend that you start with sourcing 10 to 20 amazing images. Now do this over the course of a week so that you can learn where to source the content from, how to make it look good, really professional, and how to make it appear in front of your audience. So there are two main strategies you can commit to go about posting your content. Number one, you can kind of post in real time. So post the kind of 5 to 7 times a day every day. Or B, batch them up on one day and then schedule them. So let's say on a Sunday evening from 7 till 10, create a batch of ready to go, really professional and really amazing looking posts. Now, for you starting off, it might be an idea to start with 2 or 3 a day, whilst you work out what you're posting and how you want it to look. And then once you're comfortable with your posting strategy, you can gradually increase how many you post a day. So something I want you to know is that if you post 10 to 15 times a day, you'll grow a lot quicker. It's possible that if you post a picture every kind of 5 minutes, your audience will unfollow you. But if you post every kind of 30 minutes to an hour, you will keep your audience quite nicely engaged. So the sweet spot is anywhere between kind of 10 to 15 a day. So the first couple of months should be about getting comfortable with your process of posting, your content, and building an initial audience. So something else that you might want to think about is that every image you put out is like a test. Okay, so you want to see how many likes and comments your posts get. So that's what you're really testing for. And you'll kind of get a good understanding of what it is your audience likes the most. Is it videos? Is it quotes? Is it just pictures? Really nicely put pictures. Okay, so you really need to think about testing your images. You want to see what time your posts gets the most likes, and in the quickest amount of time, how many likes can you generate. Now, I have found, personally, that between 7 AM and 12 PM British time is when I get the most engagement, the most likes in the shortest amount of time. Also, by posting early in the day, that initial flurry of likes that you get from certain people means that the followers of those people that liked your post will also see your photo and possibly will like it too. Especially if you're in the kind of fan page account and the followers that like your stuff have followers who like similar stuff. So you need to kind of identify what's the right time for you to post your pictures and what are the best kinds of pictures that your audience will want. So there's no real immediate actions from this, because my next module will be around how to create your really amazing content. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to take you right back to the beginning and talking to you about the importance of your first 10 to 20 posts. Now, I cannot stress enough how important it is that the first 20 posts on your page look incredibly good. It really sets the scene for your Instagram account. Now, remember, you're going to be driving a lot of eyeballs and attention to your account, and when one of these potential customers or admirers of your account comes along, if they look at your page, it will really maximize your chances if what they see is aesthetically pleasing. If it looks really good, you're almost guaranteed to convert that admirer into a follower. Okay, so the top 3 things are that the aesthetics are of a good standard. Number 2, if the stuff you're posting is relevant to them. And number 3, if it's stuff they connect with and engage with and want to share. So you need to make sure that you're ticking all of these boxes. So let's look at these kind of first 10 to 20 posts that I did on stevejobs.official. And the first ever post I did was this one, tag a friend who's a crazy one. Now, because this was very early on, it only had kind of 48 likes, but it really set the scene of what people could expect from my page, and it got some good engagement. Actually, got 11 comments. So, I mean, it's not too bad for a first post, but the mistake was that anybody who was directed to my page only had one photo to look at, hence the number of likes. My second photo was much better. It got 81 likes ultimately and was really beginning to set the scene of what I was going to post. Had daily insights from Jobs, so think simple. Simple is harder than complex, which is one of his very famous sayings about simplicity. So I was already early on incorporating really good pictures with short and sharp quotes. So as you can see, you know, my kind of first 10 to 20 posts were very, very similar, and people knew what to expect from my account. And as you can see, it's really clean and consistent. It's got a very consistent font and theme and colour kind of riding through it. So it kind of exploded from there. So let me just do a post for you just to show you guys how to post. Okay, so if you press on the icon in the bottom middle, and I've kind of pre-prepared this happy birthday Apple picture. So I'm just very, very simply going to just going to render it slightly. Something I tended to do very early on was take out the warmth, so that it had that very clinical Apple look about it, and just take the colour away a little bit, because that is kind of the, I suppose that's kind of the theme I was looking to run right from the off. Then you press next once you've kind of done some doctoring. You write a caption, so I'm going to write happy birthday Apple, because today actually happens to be the day that Apple was founded in 1976. So it's their 40th birthday, and you've got to get really savvy about the content that you're posting and making sure that if you are let's say, for instance, if you host a fan page and the very important date comes up for the person that you are posting about, you've really got to be on top of that. Right, so I've got a caption in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my notes and get some hashtags, which I'm going to talk more about later. As you can see, I've got a wide variety of hashtags for the Steve Jobs account, because, you know, it all depends on what I'm posting. Kind of depends on what hashtags I post for that picture. So I'll just copy these ones, go back to my Instagram. I'm now going to post this picture, and I'm going to add the hashtags in the first comment. I'm going to talk more about hashtags later, but you've basically got an allowance of 30 hashtags that you can utilize. And you've really, really got to use these, because you will be seen and be visible in the communities you want to reach. So if you put a hashtag with your post, then people searching for posts with, let's say, for instance, hashtag Steve Jobs, they'll see my post at hashtag Steve Jobs. If you're looking for hashtag motivational quotes, then my picture will also appear there. So you need to try and get as much exposure as you can early on. I can't stress that enough, it's really, really important you get visible. But I'll talk about that later in another post. But in the meantime, that is how you post on Instagram. I'll see you in the next lecture. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going through with you the app that I use to create quotes. Now, you don't need to go down the quote route, but what I would say is that whatever your niche or niche is, quotes work really well to help your content go viral. Now, it does depend on your audience and how you want them to connect with you and your content. But a common question I get is, how do I get, so many really good looking images? And the truth is that I basically create these 100% exclusively on my iPhone. And I'm going to show you just a few examples. So it's really, really important that you tick that box of really good aesthetics. So let's look at this one. Let's invent tomorrow instead of worrying about yesterday. So you can see, it's really simple. I've got a picture here of Steve Jobs with fairly darkish. It's a very darkish picture, so it allows the quote to come up quite nicely. You don't need to be a graphic designer to make it look great. So how I made this particular picture, and to be honest, all of my pictures, is with an app called Typorama. Now, that app is for the iPhone, but there is one called Photon, which is for the Android, and it works the same way. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Typorama, and I am going to edit one of my photos live for you. What you can do then is you can crop it for Instagram specifically. Now I'm going to crop it ever so slightly, leaving some white border, and I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to press done. Now you'll see on the bottom there it says made with Typorama, so that's a watermark. Now you can't get rid of that unless you pay, but I'm going to show you how you can actually get rid of it without having to pay. So I'm going to go to my font here, and I'm going to put one of Steve Jobs' most famous quotes: "Stay hungry, stay foolish." Okay, now what you can do, and this is excellent, right, is that you can keep pressing on your particular font group. So mine is One Last Smile. You can keep pressing on it, and it will present you with different options with the same font. So I want one that doesn't have a black border with it, and I'd like it aligned to the right, so that it goes quite nicely with the right hand side of the picture. So I want it like that, but without the black box. There we are, perfect. So I've got it there. I'm going to minimize it slightly because I'm going to zoom in the picture a bit more when I go back to Instagram. So I'm going to put OK, share, and then save it to my gallery. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Instagram, and I'm going to post a picture. So you can see here when it's still got the watermark. So if you zoom in, the watermark disappears. That's why I leave a little bit of a border, so that I leave space to zoom in. Okay, then I go next, and I come up with a really nice filter. What I tend to do is I tend to sharpen my images so that it looks really crisp. That's one way of making it look really good. And I'm going to take a little bit of the warmth out of it, and a bit of the saturation, not too much. So it's got that kind of Apple sterile feel, which is really good. And I use the same quotes. I use the same font on my quotes so that I have consistency and a real good Apple look and feel about it. So now that I've done that, you simply go next. You put a caption. Stay hungry. Stay foolish, guys. Press OK. Share. You add my hashtags to give it that extra visibility, and there we are. And look at that, looks perfect on my page. So there we are. That is how you use Typorama and Fonto to make really professional looking images with just your phone. So the action points from this lecture, guys, is download Typorama or Fonto, start practicing placing quotes on your chosen images, and then post one that you're really proud of on Instagram. Okay guys, well done, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Hi guys, in this video I'm going to go through with you some really good examples of excellent content from various pages. So the first one I'm going to go through is quotes, simply because they're very shareable and these posts tend to go viral very quickly and easily. So one of the best examples I can think of for this is Think, Grow, Prosper. So this guy has got a phenomenal page. I mean, this guy has got now 1.6 million followers. That means he's kind of not been around that long, so he's averaging about 200,000 followers a month. And the reason why is because he puts a hell of a lot of effort into his account. The pictures are very simple, but if you look down the page, he's managed to come up with over 1,000 posts with different insights and quotes that you can relate to. So do the world a favour and believe in your greatness. So there's very self-motivational quotes here, and also things that you can relate to. So Think, Grow, Prosper is a very good example of a page that is monetizing their account. So when you've achieved a level of popularity, and it's a lot before 1.6 million, you can do this at kind of 20,000, I would say. When you achieve that kind of level of following, you can monetize your account so that you can get people to pay you for shout outs. Because when you shout out for somebody, you're going to get them followers. So what a shout out means, and I'll go on to that more later, is you will put a picture. Let's see, here's one, right? So here is an example of a shout out. So Think, Grow, Prosper has put a simple, if you look in the caption, simple reminder from @Elevate Your Mindset. So they've quoted Elevate Your Mindset in their post so that when people go to Elevate Your Mindset, they can see, oh right, these guys are very similar, and they are likely to follow these guys too. It's very likely that Elevate Your Mindset is another page this guy owns, but because he's got 1.6 million followers, he can charge people to shout out for their quote pages. So let me give you another example of some great content, and we've gone through this one already, which is Crumbs and Doilies. Now, I love this account because you can almost taste how good the cakes are. And I actually went to London to find these guys as a result of seeing this page. And I brought one of their cakes, and in all honesty, I would have brought the whole lot. But what I really love is they're not trying to... Let me have another look. They're not trying to sell you something in their post. They are really, really elegantly just presenting how lovely and tasty their cakes are through images. And they're letting their cakes do the selling. So they've worked out the sweet spot of using Instagram. And they have been using some amazing filters. I mean, certain filters can make colours pop out. And you can see the colours pop out of that chocolate right there. So you really want to grab those cakes from your screen and eat them. And as you can see, they've now got a huge following. They've got 120k. And when I followed these guys, they had less than 20,000 followers. But that was about a year ago. But they post every day, sometimes a few times a day. And despite having, over 1,700 posts, their posts always stay very fresh, colourful and tasty. Okay, so let's have a look at another one. Let's have a look at Nat Geo. Now the reason I'm showing you Nat Geo is because of their image quality. It is just divine. I mean, really appeals to the senses. The colours, the kind of expressions on the animals. I mean, it's visually beautiful. So, in short, these examples will give you definite help on kind of how brands are using visually appealing pictures to appeal to the senses of their followers. So what I want you guys to do is take 2 actions away from here. I want you to post 2 relevant posts to your audience. One of them should be visually appealing with a quote placed on it. The other without a quote. Run them both for 24 hours and see which one has amassed the more likes. This will have you experimenting with the visuals and quotes and see if quotes really help your page or not. In the case of Crumbs and Doilies, it probably wouldn't help them, but it will show you what your audience wants. Okay, right, I'll see you guys in the next lesson.